Hello, and welcome back to our special interview series where we are honored to be with a true basketball pioneer, Sam Stith. Sam, thank you again for being here with us.
Really appreciate this series. This is nice.
So, Sam, let's start off with how has the game changed since you've played basketball?
Big time, big time. These players are more athletic than back in my day. We only had a few guys back then that could jump and leap and block shots and dunk like these young boys. And it's phenomenal with the major change. Back then, like in the NBA, you had one forward go down this corner, another forward go this corner, guy go to center, two guards. Now you got five guys that can play all positions, and that's really a major change in the money.
Well, Sam, what do you think of the current state of college basketball?
It's a business now, right? We used to be one-sided with NCAA, controlling your whole basketball life. Now these kids are more independent now. They can make choices. They can go here. And most important, some of them are getting paid now. Back in the day, we weren't getting paid. We were playing for the fun of the game. But right now, these young guys now making more money. Some of them making more money than their parents are making. So it's a major change. And the product is not that good right now. All these guys want to do is shoot threes, down by one, and they're taking a three near the end of the game. So it's a big change with that, So some of them are exciting to watch, but fundamentals are out of the game right now. It's gone in college basketball.
Okay. So, when you went to St. Bonaventure, we all know that your brother Tom was right behind you. And once Tom got to St. Bonaventure University, you helped him develop into the player that he is, being that role model. Who at St. Bonaventure contributed to your success?
Well, when I got to St. Bonnie's, right, I've mentioned before I was the first African American player on the team, but two players that lifted my spirits and helped me with John Connors. Larry Weese always said he made my career. And I tell you what, one Pacific game, we're playing Niagara, in our home court, which we won 66 straight games. And I just fitted in. Being a sophomore, they were all seniors. I just fitted in. And one memorable play that happened was we were down by one, and we're moving the ball around with the clock ticking down. And Larry yelled, he called me Cezanne. He yelled on me, C's, drive. And I drove and hit the buzzer beater. And to this day, he said he made my career. And that jump-started me. But I missed that shot because I'd fouled a player before that to go to the foul line to put them ahead. And the player was, my man out of Benjamin Franklin Taylor. But that jump-started me with confidence. It rose my confidence to a new level. And then we'll take it from there.
Wow, that's awesome. So Larry Weese was a great part of your success at St. Bonaventure, helping propel you into the player that you eventually became.
No, not propel me into the better player, but being able to play on that team.
Absolutely. So Sam, how do you view the role of analytics in basketball today?
They're overdoing it. Play the game. Get on the court, play the game. Play defense, make your foul shots, play the fundamental basketball. The rest of the stuff they can just put on the side, They're making it too difficult for coaches. Coaches are not into that. Some of them, one or two are into it, but it's like the old Zen master, with Phil Jackson stuff. Forget all that stuff. Play the game.
Play the game is what they need to do, that's for sure.
Play the game.
So Sam, what are your thoughts on the way defense is played in the modern game today?
None. I cannot believe how many open shots the players get today, particularly in the corner. Always free. It bogs my mind that the ball is on the opposite side, yet the guy takes off. This guy, it's no one's guarding anybody. You shoot, I shoot. You follow me? And it's a team defense, so if one guy's playing, the rest of the team is not. So it's mind-boggling how many open, guy's a three-point shooter, right? standstill jump shooters in the league now. They don't have to move. It's tough to watch sometimes, but a defense. Why aren't anybody guarding anybody? Some guys are unguardable. You know, Curry, guys like that. You know, LeBron. Those kind of guys are not guardable. But the rest of the team, they don't guard anybody. Open threes. 80% of your threes made is in the corner. Guys always free for some reason. I can't understand it. Never leave your man. See the ball, see your man.
So, Sam, what do you think about the globalization of basketball today? I mean, today it's played all around the world. What do you think about that?
It's the biggest thing going in China, and particularly the African team now. The NBA is sponsored an African team. It's these kids today, you know, coming out of Europe and things like that. It's totally phenomenal. But it really kind of put the NBA into a big spotlight. All the kids, you know, no one's playing baseball. You know, they're all playing basketball.
So, Sam, I know this next question is true and dear to your heart because I know a lot of the things that you have done and the way you have contributed. But I'm going to go ahead and ask you, what role do you think basketball can play in community development?
They have to talk to these kids collectively and individually about their goals and what their thoughts are on how to contribute to the game of basketball, and using basketball as leverage to get into college for free. With the cost of college today, these inner city kids will not be able to afford college, right? But not only them, but others throughout the country. But we have to get into community, which we're doing now with the Legends. Get into community, talk to these kids, and most important is tell them about respect, their parents, their coaches, and their elderly. It's a big impact, and the message is there to some of the kids. Some of them, no, they fell by the wayside.
So that leads me to my next question, Sam, which is how do you view the relationship between sports and education?
Big time, big time. Some of these kids get the impression that they don't need a degree, right? That they can just go to college, play basketball. High school, man, just play basketball. No matter what, even though it's very difficult to get a job after college right now, right? But you still have to have a degree even to qualify in some of the jobs to get it. But we stress education, and particularly computer science. That's one of our fortes with the Legends, is stressing computer science because that's the thing of the future.
So you're helping lead me right into my next question again. What is your opinion on the one and done rule in college basketball today?
You know, in our camps, we had a couple of kids go, I'm just going to college for 1 year. Okay. To get into the NBA today is a little bit, you know, easier than back in the day, right? Only a few are one and done, right? And coaches, you tell them the coach, by the way, I'm only going to be here for 1 year. Only one player that could do that and succeed was Iverson. I'm only going to play 1 year. I'm going to the NBA. I'm going to the NBA. You just can't go to. It's not. You can't choose the NBA. They have to choose you. So your thoughts on one and done? If they can do it, hey, go along with it. You'll get paid now. You follow them, you'll get paid. But it's tough to stress education to kids today because they just see the millionaire ball players, you know, along that line. So it's tough to stress education to them.
So, Sam, and I have a two-part question for you then, and that follows along with that. And it is, what changes would you like to see in the development of young basketball players, as well as what are your thoughts on the importance of mental health for these young players?
They need education on mental health. A lot of these kids are walking around with problems and no one recognizes it. It's scary stuff. And you should be some kind of signs that a kid has a problem. Some of them have a lot of problems at home that they don't talk to anybody about. You follow me? So it's got to be stressed. And, you know, hate to say it, we got a big example of ball playing in the NBA now. Everybody knows he has a mental problem. Everybody. So these enablers let him continue to play. Not now, but same thing with kids. You follow me? They should not be in the sports unless someone check their mental attitude. And forget what they can do, dribble, shoot. but their mental attitude. There's more fights going on now in college basketball and high school than ever before because the kids just don't have any respect. But the mental problem, there's programs now set up. My old camp guy, Kwame Hines, running a mental program for young kids today. They have to understand they can talk to people. There's people openly ready to listen, right? Not your parents sometimes, but other people who have programs that hit these kids mentally. And just set aside the sports. You got to do that, right? You worry about your mental health. We don't want these kids going to be serial killers accidentally. But anyway, so it's a tough thing now. It's major.
So, Sam, as we wind down this episode, and I know you've made mention to it on some of your responses, why don't you go ahead and tell everybody how you stay connected to the game of basketball today?
Oh, for all my life, I've been doing clinics and camps. When I moved to Arizona, I ran my own camp out here, age 6 to 12, until the pandemic. That's how, I go back. But our camps weren't just basketball. We had stuff for kids who couldn't play basketball, didn't want to play. We did soccer, we did volleyball, and I went to Legends of Basketball, right? Which is, I'm the vice president of the chapter here. We got 15 chapters, and I'm the vice president of the chapter in Arizona. And we have 67 members in our chapter, and we provide free clinics and camps to inner city kids. And we love doing it. We all show up, some at a time, but we stress these kids about basketball. And at the same time, we run a class at the camp on computer science. But right now, I've been doing this. The good news that these kids listen to us, and we're up there in age. You follow me? But they may not know who we were, but we're telling them and teaching them. But they listen. And I had the same kids in my camps for 8 years. Matter of fact, I'm proud. 2 of them are playing now with Nevada out there in Reno. But these kids, we stay on them about education, and these are some of these young boys can play. They can play. But our camps was soccer, volleyball, kick, anything to keep kids active with it mentally. And we talk to them. We discuss. We have a round table discussion with them. We go one-on-one with them. So the Legends of Basketball. Fat Lee is the president out here, and we have board of directors. Steve Colt, who played. All these guys played in the NBA. For 8 or 9 years. So a lot of them from Arizona players that we have out here. You got Mark West. Who's big time. He does a lot in the Native American community. So we stress education and respect, and the mental thing we didn't get into because that's not really our forte. That's another program. But right now we've been doing this for years, and you call it giving back to the community.
Yeah, that sounds like there's a lot of wisdom being passed on to this younger generation, and hopefully they can get something out of that, Sam.
Right. Hopefully. We keep our fingers crossed. We always hear the thing about you say one kid was successful.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate you taking the time today, Sam.
Loving it.
And we look forward to seeing you next time. And if you enjoyed this episode, go ahead and like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. This is number 22, Sam Stith signing out.
Thank you so much.